This is Bishop Edward Weisenburger, and I am delighted to be here today with Elaine and David Ball, who have been made the Diocese of Tucson Councillors for the Knights and Dames of the Holy Sepulchre, an organization that I joined well over 20 years ago, so I say I'm an old hand at it, but I love interviewing the experts who can share a little bit more information with us. So David or Elaine, tell us just real quickly a little bit about the history of the Knights and Dames of the Holy Sepulchre.
Yes, the Knights and Dames were founded a little over 900 years ago.
Wow.
Well,
I didn't join it that early.
Right.
Okay.
But to protect the pilgrims that were on their way to the Holy Land. Today it's a worldwide organization of a little over 30,000
Wow.
Knights and Dames, whose mission is really to support the Christians in the Holy Land, both financially and prayerfully, and to pray for those Christians every day, and then thirdly, to go on pilgrimage and to support the Holy Land that way and kind of learn about it is the mission that we have today. The Diocese of Tucson is part of the Western Lieutenancy, which includes dioceses in California, Hawaii, Utah, Nevada, and right here in Arizona.
Excellent. And of course, the truth is, we were just on a pilgrimage to the Holy Land earlier this year. It was the third in my life, and going back and walking in the footsteps of Jesus is a powerful experience. But one of the things I love that Dave mentioned is the Knights and Dames of the Holy Sepulchre are focused on supporting the presence of Christians and helping the Christians in the Holy Land, which is so critical today and always. But there's also a wonderful spirituality to the movement. Elaine, say a few words about that spirituality.
Well, we gather together and pray the rosary once a month, and then we also have retreats that we go on, and it's just being prayerful together and whoever needs prayer.
That creates, I think, another community gathered around a very important purpose. That means a lot. Right. For many of us who have belonged to this organization. Mm-hmm. Now, there is also, Dave, we always want to point out, there's kind of an annual dues that are paid that are substantial and for an important purpose. Tell us about that a little bit.
Yeah, there is a financial obligation to being a member.
A commitment.
A commitment, yes. Exactly. Honorarium, whatever you want to call it, that's an annual thing that we do. And it's really very important because of all the members worldwide. This money is all channeled to the Grand Magisterium in Rome. And his job is to gather all that money up. And those financial contributions actually support over 90% for the management and the support of the Holy Land Latin Patriarch in Jerusalem.
And actually, yeah. And as the order itself is endowed, which is very important, our annual dues that we pay go 100% to these missions and ministries in the Holy Land. And I mean, we have visited the hospitals for children, and we visited the seminary for priests, and the ministries and missions in the parishes that are struggling. So it's so near and dear to my heart.
Right. Yeah, as to speaking of the ministries, like you mentioned, there's several of them. You know, first and foremost is the Latin Patriarch of Jerusalem, but also you mentioned the seminary, and when we were there earlier this year, it's very, very gratifying that, you know, they've struggled during the pandemic at the seminary in Bet Jala, but currently when we were there, there's 14 seminarians, and they're all financed through some special contributions that are made from the Knights and Dames of the Western Lieutenancy. All 14 of them are supported.
And one of the ones that was just ordained, I always cut in, one of the ones that was just ordained, one of our members just presented him with a chalice, which I found very, very moving, that after all those years of formation to serve really people in hardship and struggle, to present that beautiful chalice was a wonderful experience.
That was a touching moment. That's for sure. And then the Knights and Dames, another ministry, is the Bethlehem University,
which has a scholarship, I believe, in the name of Bishop Kakanis. That's right.
Two fully endowed scholarships now. Okay. That was spearheaded by the Knights and Dames of the Diocese of Tucson, and it's very, very active university. So
yeah, I've been there. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then, as you mentioned, there's a lot of other ministries that are out there, like a disabled children's home in Carm, and in the past the Knights and Dames of Tucson have donated the money to replace all their medical beds and things like that. So there's various there always is a need for something, as you know. So it's nice that we as the Knights and Dames can support those types of things.
I love being a part of it. Yeah. Real quick before we finish, I want to hear, how did you all get interested or invited or into the order? Elaine, say a word or two. How did you get invited into this, Elaine?
Well, we went on a
pilgrimage
with Bishop Kikanis.
Okay.
And some people in the group there targeted us to become members.
Okay.
And so that's how we found out about it. We had no idea what it was. We'd
A
never
lot of
heard
Catholics don't know about it.
Yeah. They were going, but it was something we could do together as a couple. So that's what was nice about it.
And it belongs to the Order of Chivalry in the Catholic Church, so
Yes.
the men are made knights and the ladies are made dames.
Yes.
So that's quite impressive too. How does one become a knight or a dame?
Yeah, it's not an application process, it's a nomination process. You have to be nominated by 2 members of the order, and you need to be at least 35 years old. You have to be a practicing Catholic in good standing of at least 5 years, and you have to support the mission and the goals of the Equestrian Order, right?
Very good.
And for Elaine and I, we're going to try to host 2 information sessions next year. The nomination process runs from June to November of each year. So we'll try to host a couple of sessions, and we'll advertise those in the new Outlook in the events calendar, so that we're going to try to hold it here at the Pastoral Center, and we'll see how it goes from there. Once we're installed in October, we hope to have some sort of email contact information if people want to get in touch with us.
Excellent. That new Outlook is an important source for our whole diocese. It's where you find what's happening on the internet. So you can sign up for the free weekly message from the new Outlook, but we'll have more information there.
Definitely.
And they can always talk to their pastor, who can channel them to the right person as well.
That might know a member in their parish and stuff. Yeah, that's an excellent resource to tap into also, yes.
Right. Well, it's exciting to see where the Knights and Dames, I think, are heading, and I'm so grateful for your willingness to be called into leadership. And I will offer a special prayer at my next Mass that Our Lady, Queen of Palestine, our patroness, will watch over you and imbue you with every grace to succeed in all the endeavors of the Order.
Thank you.
Thank you again for coming, and God bless you. And remember the Knights and Dames in your prayers also as we work for the important needs of the Holy Land.